Hi, Homebodies. I hope everyone's having a great day. We're having a great day here in the Catskills. I'm about ready to make dinner. Tonight I am making chicken piccata with some pasta on the side. So I'm going to walk you through that easy recipe in a little while. Even though I got this recipe from Pinterest, I do adjust it a little bit because I like to put my chicken in the oven. So instead of just cooking the chicken in the frying pan, that's where I'm going to start the chicken. Chipper, don't lick my lips. That's where I'm going to start the chicken, but we're going to finish it in the oven so that it makes sure it is cooked to 165. So that's the plan for today. Other than that, it's been a pretty relaxing day in the Catskills. I did some housework. I did change the sheets on my bed, and I did a little bit of laundry. You might wonder, do I do my son's laundry? No, he learned how to do his own laundry when he was a teenager, and he's in charge of his bedroom in terms of cleaning. So I only do my laundry and Joe's laundry, and of course I wash the sheets on the bed once a week. So that was what I did today. And tomorrow we have dentist appointments, so that's going to be tomorrow's mission. So let me show you what we're doing for dinner tonight. I started taking out my ingredients. The recipe called for shallots. I don't have any shallots, so I just cut up a yellow onion. That's about a half of a yellow onion. I have 2 cloves of garlic that I chopped. I have about 3/4 cup of chicken broth, a half a cup of white wine, dry white wine. This is a lemon, juice of 1 lemon. This is a great tool because it is a glass canister, and then you screw on the top and you can juice any citrus fruit in here, and it keeps all of the pits, the pulp and the pits don't go into the juice, and then you can just pour it out through the spout. It's a really great tool. I needed some capers. I'm going to be draining these. Some dried parsley. This is a 1/4 cup of chicken broth mixed with 1 tablespoon of flour. I have my trusty olive oil. And in a minute, I'm going to prep the chicken. So I defrosted 5 chicken breasts. These are thin chicken breasts. I've already salted and peppered them. I also have my big frying pan, my favorite frying pan, with about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in it. And I'm going to start heating the olive oil on medium-high, which for me is set on 5. And we're going to let that get nice and hot. In the meantime, we are going to dredge these chicken breasts in flour. So I already have my separate dishes. This side just has plain flour, all-purpose flour. This is about a half a cup, maybe a little bit more. And then an empty side for the chicken. So I'm going to take my seasoned chicken breast and I'm just going to flour it. Make sure you get flour on all sides, even on the edges. I'm going to shake the excess flour off and put it in my on the clean side of this separate dish. Shake off the excess. I'm going to get 3 of these ready right now. If you need to add more flour to your pan, you can. I think this is going to be enough though, if you just move it around. Shake the excess flour off. I have 3 of them done right now. So 3 of them have just, again, this is no egg. It's just salt and pepper and flour. I have all the chicken breaded now. Again, it's just all-purpose flour. So I'm going to clean up a little while I wait for the oil to get hot. not crowding the pan. I'm just putting 3 chicken breasts in there. And I'm going to set a timer for 4 minutes and let them brown on one side for 4 minutes. Again, try to move around your olive oil. I had a little extra small piece of chicken that I threw in there in the middle. So I'll take that out before 4 minutes. So with all the ingredients I have out, I also pulled out a package of capellini, which is another way to say angel hair pasta. This is a half a box. I used the first half of this box for an earlier recipe, and now I'm going to use the rest of the box for this recipe. If you're serving 3 or 4 people, you don't need to make a pound of pasta. All you need is really a half a pound of pasta. So this is about a half a pound of capellini that I'm going to cook in a small saucepan that I've already started boiling. Okay, it's time to turn the chicken breasts. Alexa, set a timer for 4 minutes.
4 minutes, starting now.
Make sure you kind of like move around your olive oil. All right. The chicken is all brown and my pan is very hot. Now it's time to cook the onions. I'm going to add 2 more tablespoons of olive oil to the pan and my chopped onions. I'm going to take a metal spatula and I'm going to cook the onions for about 2 minutes. So I set a timer for about 2 minutes. I'm stirring the onions, or the shallots if you have a shallot. The shallot is a milder onion in the onion family, but it's a milder flavor. They're a little small. They look a little purple. I don't buy them very often, so I just substitute with an onion. So we're going to soften that onion and we're going to scrape all the bits from the chicken as we cook the onion for 2 minutes. I have 15 seconds left. So this is what the onion looks like. It's been cooked down. Now I'm going to add garlic. You're only going to cook the garlic for a minute before you add the wine. Put the onion and garlic together so that it doesn't burn for 1 minute. You don't want to burn the garlic or it will turn bitter. And then you're going to get your white wine ready for when the timer goes off. This is a half a cup of white wine. Alexa, turn off the timer. Okay, I'm going to add the wine now. It's going to splatter. And you're going to deglaze the pan with the wine. Let the wine cook down a little bit. This cup of chicken broth. So I already mixed a 1/4 cup of chicken broth with 1 tablespoon of flour. So I'm going to add that mixture to this pan. And we're going to let this start boiling and thickening up. While this is thickening up, I'm going to drain the capers. So this is the garlic, onion, wine, chicken broth. That's reducing. You also added a little bit of the chicken broth mixed with 1 tablespoon of flour. So this is thickening up the sauce. After this thickens up, I'm going to add the capers and the lemon juice. And then I'm going to pour it over my chicken breast, pop it in the oven. I've already preheated it at 350 for about 20 minutes to make sure the chicken cooks through. And in the meantime, I'm going to boil a little water for my capellini. Now that this sauce looks a little bit thicker, I'm going to add the lemon juice and the capers. This is going to cook in the oven, so I don't need to keep it on the burner much longer. I'm going to turn off my burner. I'm going to pour this all over the chicken breasts. make sure you get it on all the chicken breasts so that that flavor is in on all the chicken. Use your spatula to get all the little pieces of garlic and onion out. Doesn't that look beautiful? I'm gonna pop it in the oven for 20 minutes, and then I'm gonna make the pasta while the chicken's cooking in the oven. Of my oven, uncovered. We're gonna let that cook for 20 minutes. So I'm ready to put the pasta in the boiling water. I'm gonna actually break it up into smaller pieces because I have a small pot, saucepan. So just take a bunch of capellini, break it into two, put it in the boiling water. Just do that with the whole package. Use one of these pasta spoons to push all the pasta into the water. Remember to look at the package and see when it says it will be al dente. This package says it'll be al dente in 4 minutes, so I've already set the timer for 4 minutes. When it's done, I'm going to put it into this little colander in the sink. And when that's done, I will drain it, and then the chicken is almost done. When that is cooked for 20 minutes, I'll pull that out, mix the pasta in with the chicken, and then I'm going to mix the capellini in with the piccata sauce, and then I will plate the dinner. And I'm going to make on the side some creamed spinach, and that is dinner. These packages of creamed spinach, they cook in the microwave for about 5 minutes. One of the reasons that I wanted to do videos showing how I cook is to show people that cooking isn't beyond your capabilities. Anyone can cook a meal. You can find countless recipes on Pinterest or on the internet, on TikTok, on many different social media platforms, Instagram, to suit whatever taste you have. You can find recipes for vegetarians, for vegans. If you like fish, there's plenty of fish recipes. We like chicken, so I typically make a lot of chicken, although I make a little bit of beef and pork sometimes too. So you can find any recipe that fits your taste. Most recipes don't take very long to prepare. And some people get intimidated by cooking. I was intimidated by cooking when I first went on my own. You know, when I first moved on my own, I was 22. I went to grad school. There wasn't any housing at the campus for graduate students, so I had to live off campus. No meal plan. And so I had to learn how to cook. And that's really when I began making sauce, baking, making some of my mother's favorite recipes, and experimenting. And I haven't stopped since. So it's to be comfortable in the kitchen. It's something that doesn't normally come naturally for me. It takes many, many years of practice. Where there's a will, there's a way. I don't remember who said that. But if you really want to learn how to cook, I would recommend just getting in the kitchen, find an easy recipe, watch a video, and try your hand at cooking home-cooked meals. It's going to save you money. It's going to be healthier for you. So that's one of the reasons why I like to cook home-cooked meals and not go out to eat or buy fast food or do too many quick, easy meals that are frozen dinners. I'd rather my family eat fresh food that I've prepared. I read that Julia Child once said that no one is born a good cook, one learns by doing. And that really is the truth. No one is born a good cook. Not even the best chefs in the fanciest restaurants in the world were born good cooks. You have to practice, just like any other talent or skill. And the more you practice, the better you are at cooking. So I would say, challenge yourself. Take a month, maybe a month when you have some time off, make a meal plan, shop for the ingredients that you know you're going to use, set up what days you want to cook what meals, and try to cook some of these easy meals that I'm showing you, or find your own recipes with ingredients that you prefer. But I would say anyone can learn to cook, and it just takes practice. I hope that these videos inspire some of you to go in your kitchen and try to make some home-cooked meals. You know, once you've made some decent meals, then you want to make more decent meals, or your family will say, oh, we really like this dish, can you make it again next week? And, you know, it's a good feeling that people appreciate the work that you put in the kitchen. And as you see in my videos, it doesn't really take a lot of work to whip together some of these meals. It's a little bit of prep time, but really it's not that time consuming. That's why I do most of my cooking, you know, after a long day of work, I'll come home and cook. And it really isn't more than an hour of my time to put a hot home-cooked meal on the table. So if I can do it, you all can do it too. So I just checked my chicken. It's been cooking for 20 minutes. However, I checked the temperature and it was only at 161. So I popped it back in the oven for another 5 minutes. That's why you got to check the temperature of your chicken, because you want to make sure it's 165. Sometimes you pull it out, it's not quite 165. And we're going to be eating it right away. So I want to make sure that it hits that 165 Fahrenheit mark so that we know it's safe to eat the chicken. So the chicken should be totally done in the next 5 minutes. So now the temperature is at over 165, so we're good to eat. How it looks coming out of the oven. I'm going to pull the chicken out of the pan to this dish, and then I'm going to put the pasta in with the sauce. It was a little stuck together because I had it sitting for a few minutes. But once you mix it in with the lemon and the chicken broth, it'll loosen up and reheat. So that's how the pasta looks once it's incorporated with the sauce. I have my chicken over here. I'm going to plate up my spinach, which is cooked, and then we're going to eat dinner. Thanks for cooking with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll show you the finished product in a minute.